dap up. You know. Welcome to the table. DJ. You know.
It's all over the place. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, welcome to the table. My name is Jamarcus. Go ahead, Chris.
Rufio, but you can call me Chris.
Royal.
I'm DJ. That's great. We're working out the kinks. We are your hosts of the Unsolicited Opinions podcast. This is our first episode. We're gonna be sharing that pretty much on all platforms, or the platforms where you can find us.
Most platforms, yeah. Most platforms.
YouTube.
They'll be on the bottom, so you can do that. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Today we're talking about Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass on Netflix. This is your one opportunity. If you have not watched it yet, click off.
Most definitely.
Click off. If you don't care about spoilers, then let's ride. Let's go for a ride. So yeah, let's get it started, man.
Yeah, so we'll have a little ranking system. We're gonna rank it by acting, aesthetic, rewatchability, execution, and then at the end we're just gonna rate up or add up the average score and get a ranking going. So that's how the ranking system is gonna be playing out here.
Cool. All right, what's the first one?
All right, first one is gonna be acting.
All right. Are we going 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10?
Let's go 1 out of 10, and we'll get the
All
average
right.
afterwards.
All right, so I don't know what you guys thought, but in the very beginning, when that boy's riding his bike across and the lady, I forgot her name, is sitting on the bench, I thought she was blind because she did not make any eye contact with him. Like, her eyes just like forward straight, and he's just riding his bike, and I'm like, is she blind? Like, why is she not saying nothing? That's how I opened. I'm like, so the whole time I thought she was blind until she went to the doctor and she could see her baby. I'm like, oh, she's not blind. Okay, she can see. She can see. But she's not moving her eyes. Acting wise though, I would give it honestly an 8, especially to the guy who played Monsignor. He was a cold character.
Absolutely.
He brought it. Him and his annoying little lady.
Oh man.
Bev, yeah.
She had me ready to reach to the screen.
Oh.
She played her part a little bit.
Hey, Bev.
I was torn with Bev. Like, most of the time, I couldn't stand her. She was the most annoying character. And then you get to, like, what should be chaos with Father Paul in his cabin, and the switch up for her, like, oh, okay, this is a character, like, you can rely on.
Yeah, like,
and she's the number 2 holding it down.
Holding it down.
He was Batman, she was Robin.
Honestly. Especially when he had passed out on the floor, was like spitting up blood, and she's just sitting there like, oh, it's the Lord's work. What? Yeah.
You know,
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Because what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
First of all, rest in peace, Pike. My dog didn't deserve that. And before we really dive into it, if you guys have a hard time, watching animals get harmed, I don't even recall what episode that was, but you guys might want to skip that one. Or it's the potluck.
Yeah, the potluck. Skip the potluck.
Skip the potluck because Bev, she ain't playing.
It's up there with when John Wick's dog got killed.
Chill out. When Will Smith had to choke out his German Shepherd.
Yes.
Stop it.
On I Am Legend. Yeah. Top 3.
It was up there for sure.
Moment of silence for Pike. He didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
He did worse than these humans.
Yeah. Making it worse.
It was the same.
Yeah, like I give it a 7. What you got?
Honestly, I would probably give it about an 8.5, just because like the overall terror, it felt like it was a real complication going on. It felt like the stakes were high. Like I felt like I was dealing with the problem while watching it, and I really liked that. I liked being locked in, so I'd probably give it like an 8. I'd probably give it a solid 8 for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I might start to climb the ladder. I thought the acting was like a 9.
Yeah.
Really?
Like you said, the guy who played
Monsignor?
Monsignor, Father Paul.
He did.
Hey.
Yeah, he did.
Hey.
He killed the role.
He did it.
He killed the role. Made it very relatable, believable for sure.
Honestly,
I thought, what's his name? What's the dad? His father? I thought he made his character really believable because think about like your son's coming back after he killed somebody. And he's like, we don't make jokes at the dinner table. We going to church.
Man.
I'm like, hey, I understand it because it's like, don't take it like hard to what you did. Like, you literally killed somebody, and now you want to like kind of joke about it in my house. Yeah, come on, man. And he really made it believable. He's like, I'm just having a hard time with it. He's like, say hi to Dad. I gotta go.
Hey, bro, you know what I just did?
Yeah. Literally, yes. I loved his character too.
Yeah. I was laughing because he was just trying to pass out that sacrament every chance he got. He was just trying to pour it down somebody.
Yeah,
I was just like, man, he's turning up
every chance. What you got?
getting it going.
As far as the acting goes, I think I'd give it an 8 as well. All the characters were super believable. When I was watching, I couldn't like recast them in my head. I couldn't see someone else playing that role, so I just thought they were all perfect fits, and they did an incredible job as far as like executing their roles.
I agree.
Yeah, it was really good casting, especially the girl that was in the wheelchair and got her miracle, and she's standing up. Like when she started walking, she's like, what is going on?
He
Hey,
took
but
one
he's-
step back and said,
Come get it.
Are you joking?
He said,
Come
no.
get it is crazy.
Hey, heard that? This isn't funny. This isn't funny.
This isn't funny, Monty. This
You
isn't
know,
funny.
and that was such a huge turning point too,
Yeah.
right? Because without realizing it, like you've seen her get the sacrament, not realizing like what that's doing to her. Is like, and you have a strong liking for Father Paul at that
Yeah.
point, and you realize that she's paralyzed. So like, what are you doing here, man? You're kind of being an asshole.
Yeah, like what? Come on, man, relax.
Yeah,
Man.
he was out of pocket for a split
Hey.
second for sure.
Because then he was like, then he got up on the stairs. Like, I know you can't get up here. Like, should I roll him? Get up here. I said,
Oh, man. Like,
Come for it.
my heart.
Come get it.
My heart broke there, but I mean, it really drives home. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that miracles are happening.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially for this girl who's paralyzed, waist down, can't do it. You're like, no, I'm up on these stairs. You're gonna come to me.
Right.
Exactly. And then when going from that, then you have the parents who are trying to figure it out. And he's like, let's go to the mainland. Well, should we question God's miracle? I'm like,
I knew from then.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
going nowhere.
y'all not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And he was like, if we add up the medical bills, and we love you, baby, but the medical bills.
You know, and that's what makes it so real,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not. It's the real stakes that people feel when you have a tragedy like that. You have
Yeah.
a kid that was a normal, healthy kid, and then a
Something happened.
crazy event happens. Could be
Yeah.
a car accident. Could be they fell off something. Just something you couldn't plan for, and now all of a sudden you're having to like dedicate all of your money and your time and your energy to caring for them and getting them the medical attention.
Yeah, it's like, I love you, but you're still a burden. But I don't want to let you know that you're a burden. Because I
Yeah.
have to do it, but it's still a burden to me. Like,
Yeah, and that is an unspoken part about being a parent and
Literally.
having kids that aren't like typical, right? I mean,
Yeah.
normal's not really the right word, but they have some type of additional care that's needed.
That's needed, yeah.
And so yeah, to be a person of faith,
Yeah.
right, and to pray all the time. I hope that this changes. I hope that something happens.
Then it does.
And then your faith is tested.
Yeah, and it's
you're
like-
I mean, who are we to question it? Really?
Yeah.
I prayed about this, and then we got an answer. I
Yeah.
don't need science to
Exactly.
explain
We good,
it.
guy?
Yeah,
Like,
like, cool, man. Appreciate
We
it.
got it.
good.
Shout out
Got
to
it.
you. I have no more prayers.
Hey, you did your big one. I appreciate you.
Exactly.
And I like the
Man.
parallel after because like she was really forgiving about the person who put her in that wheelchair after
Oh.
that too.
Oh
So it
man.
really put it to perspective. Like, okay, you got that second chance. Like, are you gonna continue to have that hatred in your heart, or are you just gonna like move forward and just dead everything and I forgive you type thing.
my
You know,
Yeah,
that
she's like,
was really cool.
This is
Like,
how I
exciting.
thought it was going to look like. I was like, dog, what you think it's going to look like? And then he just breaking down. I'm so sorry.
Man.
I'm so sorry. But I did like also in here, there was a lot of foreshadowing. Like when, I think it was Pike's dad, when he went into Monsignor's house and he's looking at the picture. Well, we can't see the picture he's looking at. And he's like looking at it really hard and then cuts to the next scene. But then it comes back a couple episodes later. Oh, that's Monsignor. Like, oh, that's young Kim. And that's what he was looking at. Like, okay, we got a little foreshadowing there. I think the only part that kind of let me down, I felt like there was no resolve, was what's his name? The main character having his nightmares about the girl.
Yeah.
That randomly kept popping up.
Yeah.
I felt like there was really no resolve in there.
I think there was.
You think- okay.
When he took I forgot her name, but his childhood crush,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
his sweetheart.
When he took her out to the boat, and when what happened, I'm not sure if we're still past the pre-spoiler portion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
hey, tell
when-
it all. You,
All right,
you,
okay,
you watch
cool.
this
My
much.
bad, my
Yeah.
bad.
You don't watch this much.
At this point.
I'm trying to be considerate.
We're speaking freely.
Yeah.
So,
Aaron Green is the
Aaron
character.
Green.
there it is.
So at the time of the boat, and you have, going back to the conversation they had about like life after death. that's another thing that hit me hard, along with Lisa confronting Joe. But I think he did get resolved because after he had burned, the first person that popped back up was the victim that he had struck. So I think that was a
kind of resolved to it. I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
But also, we always got to talk about the fact that what's her name, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aaron was a hoe.
Wait.
Hot take.
Hey, come on.
Hot take.
Wait.
Wait, you talking about? So that was another question
Who
I
else was
had.
busting that down? No.
Yeah.
Whoever the dad was, that remember because he left.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
that was one of my questions
Yes.
about the series.
It was
So-
on the mainland, and then I'm
break
like,
it down. Break it down.
So basically, she had a baby. Father wasn't in the picture. I guess he left her in the mainland, and then she came back here and was like, I'll be a teacher, and that's what it is. I'm like, oh, you bold to come back, with a baby out of wedlock. Mm-hmm. But then you get another spoiler that her mom was with Monsignor, and I'm like, ain't a priest supposed to be on the other side? Like, what you doing?
Because her, you know what? I really liked her de-aging the whole time.
Oh yeah,
throughout the whole show, and I'm just like, damn.
And it was so subtle.
Yeah, I think we might be mixing characters.
Wait,
up.
we're mixing characters up.
Yeah, so Erin, she was pregnant, but she got married, and then she ended up just being in a really toxic relationship.
There
she
it
was
is.
breaking that down.
There it is.
trial
Talking
and
about
error.
the doctor's mom.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then
I was
the
talking about
doctor's mom.
Yeah, the doctor's mom.
Which,
Yeah.
that was a crazy plot
Yeah,
twist.
that was
I did
crazy.
not see
I
that
see that.
coming.
That
Her
was
being
like-
the child of Monsignor, and then the old lady who he's doing sacrament with all the time.
Yeah.
And then her being essentially the love of his life.
Okay,
That was wild.
let me ask you something. Do you think Monsignor, his actions were pure, or do you think they were ill intent?
I
Go
would say
ahead.
pure.
Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
would say pure. This man was sailing, found a cave, which probably is like one of my favorite scenes. That whole cave scene of him finding the deity,
The angel.
sick, dude. And I was just like, man, this is tight. And it just didn't even seem like it really wanted to just off him. It was just like, hey, go.
Okay.
Spread my word. And he was chill with that too, because even in the church scenes, he was just there for the people. He was cloaked up in his little top hat, chilling, just ready to gain followers.
Yeah, it was. So I do think, initially his actions were pure, but I don't think he went there with the intention or like realizing what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So he goes on this journey that the church pays for, and then he's got dementia, and so he just happens to walk.
Forgot about that
It just
part. Yeah.
through
Right.
pure dumb luck.
Lost in a
And
windstorm.
yeah, he's lost in the desert in a
being caught or
windstorm.
something.
Yeah, like it's destiny. And then he goes into this cave that happens to be a closed church that this vampire, who he interprets as an angel with his dementia, feeds on him and then gives him his youth back. And he's like, wow, what a miracle. God has done this for me.
Bro,
And he's got wings, so he's like, obviously an angel.
Wait, the
clearly.
way you just said it, like, dang, what a miracle.
That's
Because of his
incredible.
dementia.
Yeah. Which is, his brain worked after his youth came back and all of the damage was done, but in the moment, he has no idea what's going on.
Okay.
He's a crazy old man.
What do you think?
I think he was pure because once the things started to happen on the island, the miracles, the craziness, and once he started to see everything like really go down, and you got Bev saying everything's okay, I've watched you die, you came back to life, this is for a reason. And by the time where he was giving everybody, well, pretty much sacrificing everybody, he pretty much told Bev like, this is not supposed to be about me, it's supposed to be about God.
Yeah.
So that alone makes me kind of think that okay, this is he was coming with like good intent with all.
Yeah,
this.
so he believed fully
Yeah.
in what he was doing, and that kind of can be the problem. You're doing something absolutely terrible, but you believe so
But you believe so.
wholeheartedly in it.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I thought it was pure, but then I was like, if it is so pure, you believe so much in it, why not just tell your church? The church believers, why not just tell them?
Very,
Yeah.
very true.
Like, especially after, like, the first miracle, like, and the kids walking, why not make that be your introduction? Like, hey, this is why it happened. Like, this is why it happened.
Yeah.
And then in a sense, you kind of gain more followers for it. Why kind of like, to me, like, why hide it? But maybe it was scary for him. I don't know.
get yes, and there probably could be a couple layers to that, right? Like you come back and you're 50 years younger. That's gonna be really tough to explain to the population. They might see this young man who's like, "You're crazy," and none of us believe you. And also, if they did believe you, how are you going to explain that it was God that did it? You're like, well, I was wandering. I got in a cave, and then, he gave me some of his blood. I gave him some of my blood. Bing, bang, boom.
It's a wrap.
I'm younger now.
An
Look
exchange was made.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also wonder, like, what the timeline was like, because we see that, was it Aaron's mom? It took her a while to get back to her being so young.
Yeah.
Monsignor, it was like almost instant.
Yeah.
Like, what was the difference? Like, maybe because it was like serving the communion, it was like little doses of it.
I think that's part of it.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
But also the part that was confusing for me in like how rapidly Father Paul or Monsignor went from old to young, but then the hunger didn't seem to impact him so strongly. He had to travel from Israel to whatever island they're on. I would guess like on the west coast. Yeah. The west coast of the U.S., maybe like the Pacific Northwest. He's not flying there directly. He's like multiple routes that he has to take. So at least a week. So his hunger is like building, but it doesn't seem to impact him until he gets back on the island. He hasn't fed yet, and then it's like killing him. For everyone else, though, they get smaller doses than he got, and almost immediately, like, I'm healed, and now I'm hungry, I gotta start.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, when it first started, and I figured, oh, this is what's happening, I thought it was Monsignor killing all the cats. In the very beginning.
Me too.
Yeah.
I thought it was him. I'm like, oh, he's ready to eat. He's hungry. I'm like, wait, but he's not hungry. Why is everyone else so hungry? Like, I'm like, maybe he's like, thinking it's really God. He's like, I don't need to do this. Like, I'm good. Especially when when he had the whole, I call it come to Jesus meeting with him in the cafeteria. Mm-hmm. He's like, I told you we're not lying. Tell me the truth. Like, how do you feel? I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, Monsignor.
To
stand on business. Like, stand on business.
Yep.
Like, how you feel about it? Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was great. The next in the ranking system is aesthetics. How'd you guys feel the movie looked aesthetically?
So, for me, it was like visually dark. Kind of felt cold. I mean, part of that is the island being surrounded by water. Just the overall feel of that area, which leads me to like believe it was Pacific Northwest in the area without looking it up. But aside from that, I mean, it made it feel like you're in a constant state of dread or something was going to happen at any given point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I liked the overall like darkness of the picture. I like movies that when you got to watch them, it like kind of force you to watch at night. Yeah. Because the scenes are so dark, you're gonna get a glare on your TV. Like I can't really see everything that's going on, so I like how it kind of like forces you to do that. But it wasn't like overly horror-ish. Like it kind of like tiptoed the line on there, which I appreciated. I liked it because I am not a fan of horror at all. But I actually really enjoy this.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't over the top. Right? It wasn't gory. Wasn't like a horror film. But the sense, like, there's a lot of suspense. So it's definitely a thriller, and you can feel like the emotional pull that a lot of the characters are going through.
Yeah.
Without like being turned away or having to feel like you have to cover your eyes and not see what's
exactly.
happening.
Right. I think probably one of my favorite scenes was talking about the horror scene was when the angel was walking in with his like priest robe in the church, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here, dog. What's up?" And then like release his wings. I'm like, okay, all right, I see you. I wish there was like more scenes of just him. Like, so we could, like, see him more, like, how he actually, like, looked, besides, like, we saw him, like, little bits, pieces in here, but I wish there were, like, more scenes of him, what he actually looked like, and I didn't understand why he dressed like Monsignor.
Those might have been the only clothes
I was going to say,
maybe.
Yeah, it might have been the only
because I'm like, why he dressed like Monsignor?
That boy like 6'8", though.
Yeah, because, I mean, so, yeah. Monsignor, I mean, he's been a priest forever, so he doesn't have like t-shirt, jeans to really walk around.
Yeah.
He's in these fatherly clothes. So when he finds this naked angel, he's got to cover him in something. But yeah, initially I was thinking that like Father Paul was just like a familiar or like some type of tool to be used, and then Monsignor was like the thing that was in the chest. I wasn't thinking it was like some other type of vampire. I was like, oh, okay, it's the old man. Maybe he's the vampire, and he's the one eating the cats in the dark, and that's why everyone thinks they see him at night. His hat and all that. But then I'm watching it, with my uncle. He like pops in, pops out. We're on like episode 3 or 4. He's like, Oh, this guy's the old man. He's the old priest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I've been watching intently. I've had to rewatch like episodes 1 through 3. You're gonna just pop in like, oh, this guy's the old man.
That's him.
Okay, well, that hasn't been revealed yet. You might be right, but excuse me.
And you know what? I just thought about it again when we were talking about the foreshadowing. Did you guys notice when he first came back for that first service? They said he had on like his celebration robe.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why he wore it, because he's like, hey, I got something for y'all. Like, it's a celebration. You don't know yet, but it's a celebration.
Yeah.
He's like, why you got the celebration on? Oh, I couldn't find the other robe. Like, nah, you know what
Calvin.
time. You know what time it was. You know what time it was.
The aesthetic I enjoyed a lot. It wasn't too horrorish. Ooh, wait a minute.
Well,
Horror like, sorry people, I am so sorry.
That's one of the bloopers.
Wasn't too hard, you know.
I am
Wasn't too
terribly
horrorish.
sorry. Terribly sorry.
what do you mean by that?
The aesthetic, was perfect for for what was gonna happen. Really.
Yeah.
The jump scares I thought were placed really, really effectively. There were like maybe 3 or 4, but all of them had me like, okay, that was a good jump scare.
What was your like key jump scare that you remember?
Man, when they were in the woods, man, when they were like, it was probably the very first one. They're the dude's son, and I don't know, some other person just in the woods smoking.
And the eyes pop out.
Man, it was so
man.
subtle. And then
flashlight.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then they add the little cracks that are loud crack sound too, like a branch is breaking. I don't know. It's something about that sound get me. I don't know what it is.
That's exactly what it was.
See, and I didn't catch the second set of eyes till I watched it again when the homeboy got done praying about his mama. He's like,
Yeah.
kiss your mama. And
Exactly.
Then, and then turn the light
That
off.
little thing.
Turn the light off and the light. I said, oh, dog. Wait, hold on.
Yes, it was that, and the vibe when depending on what you guys want to call it, an angel, a vampire, whatever. When he walked in to the church, when the sheriff was trying to leave out the church, and he just like appeared there and he started walking, I felt that was like a valid and realistic like reaction.
Yeah.
I would have been froze too, just looking at him walking down, and I don't know.
Which is how Riley was. And then he like opened the door and was like,
yeah.
When he turned around and flew at him, that was a jump scare for me.
Yeah,
I was not expecting
that was
him.
crazy.
Man.
I was honestly expecting him to like say something, like mumble a word or something. He said, "No, he got straight to business."
I don't know.
Snatched Riley.
I don't know if y'all caught. What's his name? Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys caught what he said before that happened. He looked at me. He was like, "Oh."
Oh yeah.
I knew
He knew exactly what was about to happen.
Wait,
Right.
he said, "Oh," and then started praying like,
Yeah,
"Alright,
he
dog."
was
Like,
like, he was like, "Oh,
But your
no."
will be
He
done.
just- yeah.
he said, "Good luck, dog.
Yeah.
I'll see you on the other side."
Then coached him through it like, hey, how you
It's
doing?
okay.
Yeah, you-
it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
And-
Be a little different.
And then here comes Bev. Then here comes Bev. Oh, he's back. He hasn't made it yet. Which I always wondered why, since Bev was so close, why she wasn't turned sooner.
Man, I
Like-
think.
Maybe she didn't
Yeah.
need it. She was already.
No.
Yes.
She was already alive.
I think she was faking, because if you guys remember, during the time of the final book, was it Resurrection or something? The last scene when everyone was off in the
Yeah.
boat,
Yep.
she hid in the back,
Exactly.
so she really wasn't trying to change for real.
So then it's like, why don't you stand on
Yeah.
business? You've been coaching us. Stand on
Exactly.
business.
She
And
was
then they
like-
all run back there.
Yes.
What you doing back here?
Exactly, and then at the end, she's like digging herself in the dirt, trying to, because she know all the dirt that she done did in her life. She knows. That's just me though. That's just me.
Yeah.
All right. Third ranking category is going to be rewatchable. Do you guys see yourself rewatching this series at all?
Yeah, I could definitely rewatch this. It wouldn't be soon. I'd probably have to give it some time.
Yeah.
Very likely rewatch it with someone that hasn't seen it. Like, you could very easily spend a Saturday, and we'll get through all of those. So it'd be worth seeing it again, but not immediately.
Interesting.
I thought of it as like Chipotle. I love Chipotle, but I don't have to be in the mood for Chipotle.
Yes.
Like, I can't just eat it week in, week out. It's got to be like once a month. Like, I got to like actually crave it. Like, it's good. That's how I feel about this. Like, it's good, but it's not something I'm going to like, oh, I just finished it. Let me jump back and rewatch it again.
Yeah,
But I
there's-
would watch it again and tell people to watch it.
Agreed. Yeah, there's so much to go through in
Yeah.
the 7 episodes, which are all an hour plus. That you can't just rewatch it for fun.
Right.
If I was
Yeah.
going to rewatch it again, I'm rewatching it to see if I missed anything the first time through. Be like,
Exactly.
okay, this actually makes the story a little bit better. Because I know that there's things that I missed as I'm going through it the first time.
For sure.
I would definitely say every October, every Halloween, I'd probably rewatch. watch it.
Okay.
Definitely. One
Yeah,
of the
I feel that.
Fall movies.
I agree with all you guys. I would have ranked the rewatchability about for me personally, I would have ranked that about like a 6 or a 7. Rewatchability.
Solid. Yeah, we
Not
actually
solid,
solid,
solid 6,
have
7.
not given them any ranks. We just talked about them. So
Yeah.
as far as number ranking go, yeah, I would say about a 6 out of 10.
Same.
It
6 out
doesn't
of 10.
like thrill me, but in the mood, I'd definitely watch it again.
It's very good. Honestly, I'd want to see it. I think it could have been made just a regular movie, honestly, and like seeing how that would have played out as a regular movie.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree with you. I think as a movie, you would have had to make it in 2 parts.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's just so much to
going
go
on
through. Yeah.
They get just rushing through stuff.
Yeah.
I agree. It was definitely a slow burner for sure. It started off slow, but by the time things started to ramp up, the pace felt fine.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, the build it took forever to get to the point.
The last episode and a half, it's like, oh, we get some action now. Like,
Honestly, yeah. I mean, from the time that you're having the was it Riley walk into the recreation center, he gets turned, and then that episode with him and Father Paul, and then he kind of just like undoes himself.
Yeah.
From there, it's all just rapidly downhill. Everything starts unfolding so quickly.
Which after he got that whole thing done with I forgot her name. Aaron on the boat. To me, if I was Aaron, I would have been on the mainland that same time. As soon as I'm driving this little boat in, I'm gonna get on the mainland to go. I'm not going to warn other people. I'm just gonna get myself out because to me, it's like you just told me all this. I mean, they're already on the prowl. Why would I think of going back?
My thing is, why didn't Riley even try to fight the thirst? Why didn't he try to help Aaron? Why didn't he try to explore his free will? Because it didn't seem like they were controlled by, like a hive mind complex. They were just all hungry.
Yeah.
They all wanted to eat something else, and my guy just kind of went out
like a punk.
I get it because she would not have believed it. She would not have believed it without solid proof because he was from an institution due to his circumstances. So I get why he did that, but I kind of see that as like I'm not gonna say a coward's way out because he was dealing with a lot of stuff. But at the same time, I'm just like, dude, you love this girl, help her.
But I feel like he could have showed her honestly by like, hey, come with me to this room. The sun's out. Let me put a little bit of my arm in the sun. And it's happened. I ain't gotta blow my whole self up.
Yeah. I think he was just done with it all. I think that weight that he was bearing of his trauma he would just have to end me with it.
Was that straw that broke the camel back? Like
exactly.
That's it.
I just couldn't. The only reason I couldn't respect it is because he left his family behind. He had his brother.
Hey, Mama Dukes was nice because Mama Dukes hold him down.
That's what I'm saying. They were all solid. Everybody was solid. He had a cool little brother who was inspired by him, and it was just like, dude, like, I sympathize for you, but come on, bro, you got people around you that love you, bro. Genuine.
I get you.
What would you do if you were a vampire, Deej?
Well, so I mean that's a tough situation, right? You're harboring a ton of guilt. You've killed someone, and you've got to deal with that for the rest of your life, right? But at least there's an end to that sentence. You get to live through that punishment. You've killed someone, but at least at the end of it, you get a little solace because you've punished yourself as much as you can, or at least you've lived through that grief. When that changes and you become immortal, and he continued to feel guilty about all the things that have happened, and whereas Father Paul, not at all. He's like, I'll kill again. I'm having a great time. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Look at this miracle that the Lord's given me, and he saw it as a blessing. Whereas Riley saw it as a permanent prison sentence. He's like, I'm never getting out of this guilt. And to add on top of that, the only way that I'm going to survive is to keep killing people. So not only do I feel terrible about having killed this one person by accident, now I've got to kill people on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That's a great.
Yeah, that was a real.
I like that. And honestly, what's it called? One that done me for a twist. I thought that once the girl got up and walked, and then Monsignor left and was like all sick and throwing up. I thought how somehow he when he healed her, he took on the illness, trying to cough it up, and that's what got him down. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe. But I'm like, why are you so sick? Like, what did you do that made him all sick? Because he didn't touch her or nothing. Like he didn't. From my knowledge, he never drunk anyone's blood without it being voluntary there. Like the dude he was hugging, and he fell back and cracked his head. And he was like,
and then he folded.
Then folded.
Yeah.
Then he's up in the corner.
Right, and I think so there was a slow build of showing how like intense the thirst was.
Yeah.
And like you get that initial instance with Father Paul. It's like you love him up until that moment, and then you're like, oh shit, he's turned, and now he just can't control himself. He's lapping up blood off of this guy's
off
head.
this guy's head.
He's like dying.
It's like he was the bad guy, but then it's like, dang, is he a bad guy? Is he like almost like an unsung hero? Because then when we find out his daughter is about to burn the church, good job. It was not supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
Then she gets shot. You know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get some closure, right? But it's a crazy twist, and it just kind of goes to show how strong that thirst is. And to then double back on Riley's sacrifice, right? You see him try not to eat Bev when she gets close to him, and he just overcome with it. Then all the time that he spends on the boat out in the middle of nowhere with Aaron, he's having to fight that thirst.
Yeah.
It's just them. He's like, I'm going to tell this story to you and have to focus entirely on that while I also don't kill you.
Right.
Because this hunger is
there.
eating me alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely thought the same thing that you thought initially, where like maybe Father Paul is taking the sickness or taking like, you know, some pain from her, and that's resulting in pain for him while he's healing someone else. But come to find out, the longer you fight the thirst, it literally kills you.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting twist.
Another question I had was why he carried the angel in the box, and why the angel didn't just fly over there. Because remember he had this big old box, and he was like, "I brought it over with me." Why not the angel just fly?
I never got that either, because he said that it followed him.
Yeah.
When he was on the ship, I believe the ship.
On the ship, yeah.
And then he had to transfer it in the box.
Why?
And I never understood that part.
Yeah.
Either.
I mean, probably because the sunlight, but
Unless it could shapeshift.
No, it couldn't do
That would be
that.
crazy.
It was definitely affected by light to a degree, and it was trying to like fly away from the sunlight. We saw that at the end, but yeah, I think there might have just been a limit to the range of how far it could fly, given the number of hours that are available at night. And it couldn't run the risk of just being out and exposed when the sun comes up.
And I'm thinking of it now. I wonder, because we always talk about he has the sunlight thing. Why did it not affect him in the very beginning?
Who, Father Paul?
Yeah.
Because my guess, and who knows, right? Because for him, that was my biggest throws. Like, it took a week or two for him to really get affected.
Yeah, everybody else, I'm burning.
Yeah, everyone else, as soon as they get an excessive amount of blood in their system, and he got a bunch of it all at one time, seems like they're immediately affected.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a disconnect for me as well.
yeah.
That and Aaron losing her baby. I didn't get that.
That one did make sense, because it's meant to heal, right? The body does it normally, so it can force miscarriages. Yeah, but since the blood has healing properties, it just kind of like supercharges the human attacking like the fetus as if it was a parasite.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was pretty crazy.
But yeah,
Literally. Where's my baby?
To think that would
Man,
happen.
you were never pregnant.
Yeah, like
Right? There are so many parallels, I thought, to this and like not directly, but fundamentally the story of Jesus. And just like if you were to try to tell that to a child, kind of what that looks like.
Yeah.
Not verbatim, but just kind of like loosely. But then reversed or flipped. Whereas like Aaron, rather than having immaculate conception, she get pregnant out of nowhere, but she got unpregnant out of nowhere.
Yeah.
As if she was never pregnant
she was
at
never
all.
done. It might have been miracle. You know?
Like, yeah. I mean, to be as far along as she was, 20 weeks, it's halfway through the
Yeah,
pregnancy.
halfway through. Yeah.
You've got all of your limbs. You have a gender. They're able to identify that. And then just like a week later, like, ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I think we need to take you to our psych ward because not only are you not pregnant, but it doesn't seem like you've ever been pregnant, ever.
I was surprised, like, how they were acting. Like, they act like they'd never seen her in there and stuff. And I was like, you can't tell me, like, y'all don't know her.
Hey, when the doctor turned the screen, he said, let me look at it. She said, I want to know the sex. Tell me the sex. I want to know the sex. I don't know what the sex is.
I'm going to keep it real with you. We just got to... It's empty in here.
Yeah, it's empty. Which, that part, it reminded me of, I forgot that movie. I think it's called maybe Change Thing with Angelina Jolie, and she's like at the train. She's like, I want my son back, because they thought like she didn't have no kid, and she's like, no, I really had a whole kid, and where's he at? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm like, where's her baby at?
Yeah,
it's just gone.
That was pretty wild. It's just such a, and you don't realize what's going on with the blood yet, and you kind of just like gradually start to put it together.
she was hella showing too.
She was.
She was. Like, I think I didn't really understand what the community was doing until I started noticing the mom getting younger. Yeah. Even though all the miracles, like even like I never took into account his dad's back not hurting anymore.
Yeah, and they really made a big point of that.
Yeah, and I just kind of like breezed by that. Okay, his back feel better. Okay, that's fine. Like, all right, cool. Like, I don't know what's happening, but his back feel better.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't make too much of a big deal about his back leading up to them making a big deal about his back not hurting.
Yeah, not hurting.
Yeah.
Which
it was real subtle.
weird.
It was real subtle.
Yeah, they're on the boat like, oh, no, Dad, don't do that. Your back. I'm like, what's going on with his back?
Yeah.
What's the problem with this
His
man's
back's
back?
hurt?
Yeah. Since when does he have back problems? Yeah,
good.
he's an old ass man. I get it. He's got back issues. I get it. He's been working on this boat forever. I don't.
Yeah. So
How serious are these back problems?
And it's like I wonder like why no one like was asking questions like what happened, like what it is, because you see the church gets bigger and bigger every time. There's no one asking the question like why are we all feeling different? Why we all have no pain? I'm like that. No one's asking questions. Everyone's just coming.
No, I mean, and that's kind of the power of belief, right? Like,
yeah.
You see miracles happening to the small people who, or the small group of people who know always believed, or you can at least as far back as you can tell, like, oh, okay, we know that they believe, and look what happens to them for their belief.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're a little bit closer to that, we'll start getting some of that as well. And I mean, technically they do because they all start getting the blood from the sacrament during communion, and gradually they start to get better, which kind of has an engagement loop effect to it. Like the more they participate, the more things seem like they're getting better, and so they're kind of trapped in that cycle, or bringing more people into it.
Honestly, I thought he was giving them wine when Homeboy came in with the flask and like emptied it into the.
Yeah, that was.
And I was
interesting.
like, "What's the flask for?"
Yeah, what the hell's going on here?
Why do you have a flask?
We're almost out of the sacrament. He's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He needed that presentation to be proper.
Exactly.
I know.
He brought it in the flask.
Yeah,
He
the
needed it
flask.
readily available.
And then the kids don't say nothing. All right, Father, whatever you say, let's take it out here.
And then there was the other scene where he was like, "Yo, we need more," and he was like, "He got to filling it up on the spot."
Wait a minute.
That was crazy.
Back to the angel, actually, the way that he fed, I think, was really interesting. Like its thirst was so strong, it didn't care about anything else going on.
Which you see towards the end.
But
yeah.
Real quick before we get into this, the last ranking category is execution. I feel like this is a good kind of
Okay. Perfect. As far as execution for me, I would give it I'll give it a 10. So honestly, I don't think until the very end you don't get the feeling that it is like a vampire show or anything to do with vampires. It kind of seems like it's this island life and there's weird shit going on, but it's all centered around like the fundamental Christian beliefs that these people have, and then just random things happening to this small group of people. You're like, okay, cool. It's not that crazy. They're believers and they're experiencing miracles. That's interesting. I can get along with this. But then you realize there's something like sinister going on. And it's not inherently sinister, but there's a problem, and fundamentally the problem is how strongly they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah. I think execution, I'm going to give it a 9.5. I think I could have did a little less storytelling.
Okay.
I would like a little more build up, but I did like how the title kind of like ended the series because it's Midnight Mass. They're having mass in the middle of the night. Everyone gets turned. The world's burning down. Like I like kind of how they like tie that in, because when I first saw it, I'm like, I'm not getting anything what this is talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what am I watching? Like, what is this? Like, it really didn't pull me in until like episode probably like 2 or 3 when he was like, I see Monsignor on the beach, and he's like chasing the angel.
Oh, that's right.
He was chasing the angel on the beach. I'm like, who's he chasing? Is that Monsignor? Who's he chasing? Like for that. That's probably when it really like got to me on there. Okay. Like, I wanted to watch it.
That part freaked me out because I was just like, damn, that's not a human.
I didn't even think
just the way he was moving.
That's exactly what
Just the way he was moving.
Because
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, he's too like, no pause. He's too long.
Whoa! What?
He's too. He's too skinny. Like I'm not continuing my pursuit, but I definitely give it a 10 for sure. I was locked in. It was. I was thinking it was like a drama about a very low population island, which was crazy to me. That was another scary concept, just having like not too many people on the island. So
You don't have the
everybody
resources.
knows everybody.
Yeah.
And just this thing being there, like low key preying off of them, but not really preying off of them. And I'm just like, wow, what's gonna happen next?
See, like how you said it was a low, like a small community. I kind of disagreed with the sheriff when he was like, "Do you want me to go investigate them?" And he like told his whole backstory how he was like, they were racist to him. I'm like, that's your job, dog. Like, go investigate. I don't care about your backstory.
I get that you have reservations.
Yeah, I get it.
Sure, you still have a job to do, officer.
You still got that badge.
Yeah, you're the only one wearing it. We have a grand total of one cop, and you're him.
Cop, bro. He's the only op on the island, bro.
The only one. And you don't want to do your job?
Yeah, what the
All right, I guess.
Jesus. Protect and serve, sir.
Yeah. But I did like how, like, he supported his son without supporting his son on wanting to go hear about this different religion.
See, I hear you. He did, in the classroom, he was like, we encourage, our, I encourage my son to, seek other beliefs and, try to find out what he doesn't know, so on and so forth. Seemed very open-minded. I was like, all right, cool, yeah, I'm behind that. And then in practice, him and his son, he's like, why do you want to go to church? For what? I was like, this is not at all.
I got everything you need right here, dog.
Yeah. I was like, you seem like when you were talking to Bev, she was the one who was closed-minded and not at all interested in your beliefs. Maybe she's a xenophobe. And, she is. Yeah. She definitely is. But so are you, sir.
I loved how you always did it. Kiss your mama.
Nah, he was asking a little too frequently, though. He was like, come on, Dad, everybody's going to church. And I'm like, bro,
relax.
Just go home, bro. just miss church. You ain't never wanted to miss church.
So then I felt bad because then his son took it and they tackling him. Get off!
Don't drink it. That boy said.
Oh yeah, that was.
He was riding his dad's eye.
It's fine. It was giving on Finding Nemo. Don't touch the butt.
Oh man,
that's what it was giving, and it was like
exactly what it was.
He touched the butt. Now look at you.
He found out.
Yeah, he found
cooked. Yo, facts. He got cooked.
He found out for sure.
That they had a very contentious relationship, and I get it from the kid's perspective, right? Because he's an outsider. He really wants to be accepted, and you can see how much of a struggle that is for them. But then also the dad's perspective, and you as the audience, you're like, don't stay away from the church. Your dad's right here. Trust him. Generally, he's not right. I'm saying if you guys lived on the mainland, you should explore other religions, but don't explore Christianity here on this island with this particular group of Christians.
Get on the mainland.
Yeah.
Get on the mainland.
You guys already go to church on the mainland. Just see what Christianity is like over there. Don't leave it alone over here.
For sure. I think the execution was pretty good. Again, the acting was great. The monologues were pretty long, but I think they were needed, and I feel like they added insight to how the story was going.
Yeah.
And I loved how unpredictable the film had me feeling for sure, because I really didn't know how the film was going to end.
I agree.
At all. Didn't know how it was going to end at all.
Real journey. The whole time we're watching, I'm thinking Riley is the main character or the protagonist. And I mean, the way that it's framed, he is up until he's not anymore, and then Aaron becomes the protagonist. But if you really think about it, can't remember her name. The little girl, the paralyzed girl.
Lisa.
The story, Lisa. The story is about Lisa the entire time, without realizing it until the end.
To the end.
How she was able to walk.
Yeah, it's just her entire journey about her being paralyzed.
She wills by him.
Going to mass and her constant faith and belief. Yeah. And then she gets a miracle, and then everyone else gets a miracle, and then turns out wasn't a miracle. Wasn't a miracle at all.
So, which then again, it's she escaped. What is she gonna do? Is she gonna die? Because she already got turned. So why is she not burning in the sun?
Well, it didn't affect her. It affected her differently than it affected everybody else. For some reason, I don't know what episode it was, but they were saying that she was special. They're saying that she was special or something like that. Okay. So that could have something to do with it. But it affected her the same way it affected the daughter. Was it the daughter? The one that was de-aging.
Oh, the mom.
The
doctor's mom.
Because she didn't have that thirst either. But she was also benefiting from it. So I don't know if it was picky and choosy kind of thing.
Yeah, so I mean, and they had a loose explanation that the doctor kind of talked about because she was running experiments. It seemed like the more of the sacrament blood that was in their system, the closer to being like a vampire they were. And so the more sunlight would have an impact on them, the more the thirst and like the desire for blood would have an impact. And once you feed, essentially, you're just like, there's no going back.
Yeah.
But Lisa never did. She got the sacrament a bunch, and it was doing its job to like reverse her paralysis. But until she actually fed or took the sacrament in the church at midnight mass, which she didn't, then like that would have been the turning point for her.
Maybe that's because then I'm like, well, why are they hunting Lisa? Lisa's already turned. She already drunk the sacrament, so why are they hunting her in the end?
Yeah, no,
and
she
they're
didn't.
Like, Lisa.
Well,
Yeah, she had the cup, but she never took the sacrament at the midnight mass when like they
when
were
they
all
actually
turned.
got.
Yeah, when they were all
When
turned.
they all got turned, they're all drinking blood, but they didn't really take the sacrament because you got to die in order for it to work.
Yeah, they were drinking. So when they were doing the sacrament or taking communion in church, they're getting like tiny little amounts.
Little amount.
But then at the mass, I mean, they all had like normal sized cups. I mean, about this size, filled with vampire blood. They drank that. I mean, it acted like poison, straight up killed them.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think at the end, I don't know what is with it. I think in every vampire movie, everybody wants to leave so loudly. Why are you shooting these people? Like, you've already seen them get up. Yeah. Like, what is shooting them gonna do? I think honestly, they could just went to the boat, got one boat, burned the rest.
Yeah,
we're done. Why burn all the boats and go back?
I mean, yeah. So I get you. I get you. A lot of it is like, Erin's the only one that witnesses a vampire dying.
Yeah.
And so she's like, hey, we can't let them get on land. If they do, they're going to find places to hide. They're not going to get sunlight ever again, and then they're just going to start killing people.
Yeah.
Best that we can do, keep them here on land, let the sun come out.
Right.
Hopefully that kills them. They can't go anywhere.
Burn up.
Yeah,
right.
They can't go anywhere, so at least we can solve that problem.
Which I saw Monsignor as being the evil one, but at the end I'm like, oh, he really wants these people to like have a better life, because he's like, everybody's welcome in the church.
Yeah.
If it's not welcome, it's not God. I know.
He really started to turn up too.
Yeah, he's starting to turn up.
He started to heat up.
He started to turn up, and then you got Bev. You ain't been at church all year.
Right? I mean, that is kind of like the fundamental difference between the two of them. Bev gets a bit of power because Monsignor doesn't want to participate anymore. He's like, no, what we're doing is wrong. You guys are like perverting what's happening here, and it's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Whereas Bev, all of a sudden, is the most powerful person on the island, which is the only thing she's ever wanted.
Turn up, let's go.
Exactly.
She's like, oh, I get to dictate who lives and who dies?
Yeah.
Great, I love this, and there's no one to tell me I can't do this. Except Father Paul is still there, and he's still a believer, and he's like, whatever, the church is open. You're free to come here. We'll figure it out.
Which I always, like, they gave hints of it, but they never really got into the story when they were, like, talking about how the actual center got built, and they were like, well, Bev did it. Bev embezzled all the money.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
like that rec center?
Yeah. So I'm like, well,
there was
are we going to get into that?
There was a
like,
lot going on.
Yeah.
So I was able to piece together what happened, and they kind of talk about it loosely. But an oil spill happened, which kind of killed the fishing economy, which is pretty much what supported the town. It used to be a much larger town and tons of fishing. Oil spill happens, kills all the fish, and the oil company offers a settlement to the people on the island. So Bev encourages everyone to take the settlement. Some people do. They decide to move away with the money. The ones that stay, she talks them into making a donation, charitable donation to the church. And then with that money, they build the recreation center.
Gotcha. I'm like, take your money, Bev.
Right?
Like, take your money.
And it's because she's such like a loud member of the community. She has pull. She has the ability to influence people. And
you saw that in the school meeting.
Yeah. And then and she uses the guise of like being in church or being holier than everyone else to kind of justify what she's pushing everyone to do. That's never really the case. She's always in it for herself. And then using her faith as a way to justify what she's doing or get people on her side and behind her mission, which has ultimately been perverted.
Which you get Monsignor, he's like, you let him out? Yeah, I had to let him out. The Lord said, let your light shine. He's like, that wasn't supposed to happen. So I'm like, do you think in his mind, like, he's going to, like, just chance people and it's going to sit in the church? He's going to, like, talk to them one by one like he did Riley? Or, like, it's like a group therapy session? Like, hey, let's relax, guys. You don't need to feed on each other. Just relax.
Yeah, how did he see it playing out?
Yeah, like, did you see that?
What was supposed to happen?
It did shift a little bit once she started kind of incorporating herself with the angel. It was just like that instead of it going straight from Monsignor to her, it's just like she's kind of like connected directly to like God essentially. So she kind of probably started really feeling herself and.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that can be one of the biggest problems that comes with power, and I think we kind of see that it highlights it there. Where Father Paul isn't obsessed with the power that is given to him, his access to the angel, the sacrament, all that. He sees the mission, and he is all about the mission. Whereas Bev sees the power that comes with it, and her being the filter, essentially, between everybody else and Father Paul gives her so much power.
Yeah.
Because she's able to dictate who gets access to him, and then what he says to her and how she decides to disseminate that message.
Did you see that when she opens the door to his house? Why you got
Already
a key?
had a key.
Yeah. Why you got a key,
Already-
Bev?
already
yeah.
had a key.
She got a key, Bev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Already talking as soon as she comes to the house. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Lastly, what do you guys think is the bigger conversation the film is trying to have here? What's the bigger conversation?
For me, I think a lot of the conversation was about how even well-intentioned things, when you have the best intention or the purest intentions, and you don't mean any harm, can still be incredibly harmful to people that blindly believe them, without asking questions or digging any deeper, or just accepting the leaders that are providing you with information, and that's who you're supposed to follow. Using religion as a way to kind of like drive that message home was an interesting way to do that. But
Very interesting.
I think it is. It's super taboo, so it could be uncomfortable for a lot of people. But it also is something that pretty much touches everyone to one degree or another. You either have a strong faith, and you're like, this kind of makes me feel uncomfortable about the way that they approach this, or you don't have any faith at all, or no religious beliefs, and so you're like, maybe this is uncomfortable because I just don't have a way to relate to them, but still a way to unpack the real human things that happen to the people. And now I'm rambling. Someone else could start talking.
Oh, very well said. Very well said.
Yeah, I think for me it was like loving something so much can almost kill you. Like I think he was like Monsignor was like in love with what happened to him, and he's like, oh, this is great. Like everyone else got to get this, got to try it. But it's like it kind of like overtook him. Like he didn't really like he had too much to handle too much. Like it was like so much for him. He's like, I'm gonna do it this way, but like didn't really like count the cost of how it's actually gonna affect everybody on it.
Yeah.
Like everybody's a vampire. Okay, well we all gotta eat, or something like that. Again, I'm a strong Christian believer, so I thought it was taboo for it, but I do like. Probably weird to say. I do like the way they put it though, because it's like people always think that people that go to church are very strong believers, so it's like you're almost using their belief against them. Like, oh, they believed it so strong, they fell for all this. It was a very interesting way of doing it. I don't know who the director or the writer was, but I want to see like more of it, because it was a very interesting way. You could have chose any other way to do it.
Yeah.
But you like centered it around the church and around the faith that the church had in the person leading the church.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where's your mind at? Like, what are you on?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, right. I think in most cases you might be able to see like a vampire situation or someone being super old and then becoming really young. If they didn't have any type of religious beliefs, you'd be like, that's random. Magic happened to you, or like some crazy science experiment. But for these people that do have this strong belief, at least for Father Paul, there's no reason for him not to see it as a miracle.
Exactly.
Right? And who is he to question, the way that God works? He doesn't know any better than him. So for him to be met with an angel and then his age reversed, he's like, great. What do you want me to do next, Lord? Because we got a bunch of time now. I was going to die. Now I've got 50
now
plus
we
years.
on the roll.
Yeah,
I think
let's
a
just
really good
run it back.
parallel
What are we
with
doing?
that is, normally in like most iterations of vampire movies, it's like they can't go into churches. They can't even.
You're
set
right.
foot in
Yeah.
a church.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, this man is in the church. He's
Right.
not burning. It's like the house of
Chilling.
the
It's
Lord
free
just-
game.
Yeah.
it's up.
It's up.
Yeah, there's a
So it
lot
was
of...
cool. Yeah. I was like,
No, and that's a great thing for you to touch on. There's a lot of like vampire rules that you might expect in a vampire movie or series that this didn't follow.
Yeah.
And so it really made it hard to think like I'm watching a vampire series until you see it all play out. But even as like everyone who's in the church turns and then starts to spread through the town, like they're able to get into everyone's houses without any problem.
Without any problem. At all.
And
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it didn't seem like that was the case initially. Like with Riley, you seem like it's normal vampire rules. Like he has to be invited into the house, and then later on you realize that wasn't the case at all. If he really wanted to, he could have walked into Erin's house and killed her at any time.
Anytime.
And there would have been nothing that she could have done about it. He like the amount of restraint that he had to have to like, hey, come out with me. We're gonna get on a boat and just talk for.
Let's talk. Well, you're gonna talk and then watch me burn.
Yeah.
But let's talk.
Let's
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, the lack of vampire rules really like made that crazy.
Yeah. And when you were talking about how taboo it was, I went back to the sheriff's monologue where he was like, "Are you telling me there's a God who chose to save that girl, not save my wife?" And you're like, "Oh, dang." I mean, like you got to think how many people think about that. Like, why? What made them so special that like they got saved and mine didn't? Which I was like, that's. You cutting deep. Like a lot of people think like that. Like,
and that is a hard conversation to have, right? It's as regular people. I can't speak for God. There's no way for me to answer.
I have no answer
what the bigger picture is and why the person that did get saved plays a longer role or another. Their role wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
And you know your partner or your child or your spouse or whoever it is, your loved one, they did their part, and you know, as much as you love them, and they're gonna live in your memories.
Yeah, it's like when people ask why do bad things happen to good people.
Right.
I can't tell you.
Same reason.
So like I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer great enough to satisfy your hunger for it. I don't know. I don't know.
Really don't.
Yeah, this is definitely a series that's going to impact people differently for sure. The bigger conversation I got from this is, for one, don't live on a goddamn island.
I hear that.
And we as people have to be very mindful of listening to people in power, for sure.
Ooh,
absolutely,
for sure. So that's what I got.
Yeah.
Out of it.
It's like you gotta be able to follow yourself. Like you can have someone that you look up to, but like don't like turn them into your leader where you just follow him blindly into him.
Exactly.
You end up like Pike.
Yeah.
Like, that's a piece, man.
Also, I mean, it can be a bigger conversation of, you know, which one do you really follow more? Are you following the leader? Are you following the mission? I mean, it seemed like Bev was doing her best to follow the mission while everyone else was following the leader.
Yeah.
Paul was doing his best to follow the mission. He wholly believed in it, but
which you get because Monsignor is pretty much following the leader, which is the angel thinks of.
Yeah.
And you got Bev following the mission. Like, hey, come on, let's get to work.
We got
exactly.
going.
We got
everything that she does
we got
is
the ball
all
rolling.
about keeping the mission on track, and she's
Yeah.
able to justify all types of horrors as long as it is like as long as the train keeps rolling. We're
Yeah, because I'm like, you never brought up Bev. I mean, Bev, that you killed the dog. Like, you did the rat poisoning.
Yeah.
Like,
she was just a Hall of Fame facilitator, man. She was making everything happen in that island, man.
The way
clueless too.
you're right, and the way she could like talk and like turn it against you, like
gaslighting.
For real, like when the sheriff was like, "So we had Pike and said he was poisoned." She's literally holding it. Well, that's crazy. I mean, I poured it around my house. Poor dog if he gotten it.
It might not be my poison.
Yeah.
But if it is, you can't prove that was on purpose.
Yeah.
Get out of
and
here.
then just walked away. Like,
Yeah.
No, she's absolutely like that's what narcissism looks like outright. But like cold narcissism portrayed by a female, and she's like plausible deniability anywhere you can find it. You're like,
yeah,
makes me want to.
She played that role very.
She's so unlikable, and that was the point, and she did it well.
Okay, cool. Hey, this was a great discussion, guys. If you have not yet, go watch Midnight Mass, Netflix. Leave a comment below what you think about it. If you agree, what your own ratings are. My name is Jamarcus.
Rufio.
Royal.
And I am DJ.
This is the Unsolicited Opinions. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.